Call to the booth. Aqib Talib here. It's draft day, man. I'll never forget my draft day. I'm super excited for y'all boys, man. But today, we're going to lock in on some of these defensive players, and I'm going to give you my final top 10. Paul, do what you do.
Thank you guys for tuning in to our draft preview. This is Sanford. That's Aqib Talib. You know what time it is. It's called to the booth. Make sure you come back next week. We're going to recap the NFL draft and all the things that happened. Movers, shakers, grades, all that good stuff. And with that being said, Aqib, as we're looking into the draft, you know how it goes this time of year, especially coming closer to the draft itself, with today being draft day. We are hearing all these things about Justin Fields. He's rising, he's falling, people are concerned. Does it remind you of any draft rumors that you used to hear about guys you ended up working with or guys that you might have played with that had to go through the ups and downs of getting excited and not knowing where they're going to go eventually when the team selects them?
Well, shit, I ain't really pay attention to nobody else. I heard them about myself. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was supposed to be the first corner off the board, man. The numbers I put up, right? But, you know, you hear stuff, you talk to teams, man. They tell you one thing, they do another. So you never know, man. Justin Fields shouldn't listen to none of that shit. Because the last thing I heard was the Patriots trying to trade up to come get him. So who knows how true that is? It's just the media, man. That's what time it is. Time of the year. That's what we do at this time.
Yeah, it's send out a leak season, that's for sure. There's leaks everywhere. Before we talk about more of the draft, I did want to get your thoughts on something that Tom Brady was upset about. Most recently, we saw some news with the NFL kind of changing the jersey number rules. So, if you were a DB now, you wouldn't. Yeah. I know you patterned your game or you looked up to Deion Sanders, so I understand why you wanted 21. But nowadays, you could be all the way up to number 48, 49. Quarterbacks could be quarterback numbers are changing. Running backs could be in the 80s to 89 now. What were your thoughts when you saw the jersey number switch? And did you think damn, I might have wanted to switch it up a little bit?
Yeah, I thought it was dope, man. I thought the rule was stupid in the first place, man. Why we got number restrictions? I should be able to wear whatever number I want, just like we got sock restrictions and we got all kind of restrictions, man, for no reason, in my opinion. So I don't know. I didn't really understand what Tom was saying, about blockers, and I don't know. They got a different color jersey on, so you know what I'm saying. They're in a certain spot. You know who blocking them. I don't think guys really go off what number he got on. That's who I'm gonna block. I'm gonna block number 58, and if it's not 58, I'm not gonna make my block. Or I don't know. I ain't really get that when Tom said that, but I thought it was dope, man. And if I would have still been playing, would have had these rules, I probably would have never changed from 3. So I really wore 21 because I couldn't wear 3, and because Deion wore 21, and because 2 + 1 is 3. So shit, I would have kept 3 on. You know what I'm saying?
There it goes. All right, let's move over to another thing that happened last week, but it's going to impact the draft today. We're looking at a trade here that happened between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. The Kansas City Chiefs, after having some roster turnover when it comes to offensive line, they already got Joe Thuney this offseason. Now they picked up Orlando Brown Jr. and a second-round pick. It's a trade they did with the Baltimore Ravens, which is just odd in itself. Baltimore ends up getting a first-round pick, a third-round pick, and a fourth-round, and I believe a fifth-round pick next year. 2 rivals trading with each other. What were your thoughts on it?
I thought it was cool. I thought the Ravens, they came up on a late-round pick. I think they got 2 first-round picks now, 2 late-round picks. That's pretty good for them. And the Chiefs, they trade their 31st pick for Orlando Brown, and they get a second-round pick. So I think they came out pretty good, man. So, you lose some 4th-round picks and some 5th-round picks later on. But I think with a roster like the Chiefs, if you could trade your 1st-round pick, get Orlando Brown, and also add you another 2nd-round pick. So now we got 2 2nd-round picks. You can get 2 good players right there. They already got a maxed-out roster, man. They should be able to do what they need to do with just those picks alone. So I think they're in good shape.
If you were, let's go back to your no-fly zone Broncos, and let's say you're the GM instead, right, and not somebody who played on the team. You're the GM. Right. And Pittsburgh Steelers call you on line 1, or the Patriots call you on line 1. Are you really taking that call? I have to feel there's a level of hesitancy to even deal with a team that you feel is in your realm when it comes to like trading pieces back and forth?
Yeah,
I feel like I'd have to go for the swindle.
Yeah, I think you got to take all calls, but I mean, I'm probably less likely to make a deal with, somebody in my division. And then, in the AFC, I'm probably a little bit less likely. Than NFC is everything goes. So, if I'm gonna ship a good player away from my team, I'm probably gonna try to ship him to the other conference. That's just me.
Yo, this Keenan Allen.
This is Jared Goff.
Devin McCourty here alongside my guy, Jason McCourty on the other side.
Yo, this is Tyrann Mathieu, and I had to make the call to the booth.
You know how to make that call to the booth from my guy, Aqib Talib.
Aqib, you said that you thought you were going to be the first DB in the draft. I know you probably remember specifically who was taken before you in what slots, I would assume.
Definitely. Leotis McKelvin, number 11. And Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, number 16, I believe.
Do you remember the first time you interacted with them after the draft?
I don't. It probably was on the field. I know I had met them guys on like we take visits to all the teams. So damn near every visit I went on, it was all three of us really. So we was going city to city for 7 to 8 weeks with each other. So we was chilling before the draft. I can't really remember after the draft though.
Do you remember? Do you have an inkling as to why they were taking over you?
Hell yeah, them boys came out blazing. This went look Harrison. This went 4 threes was like just getting started. And them boys came out, DRC, I remember, ran 4.36 or something crazy. And then he was 6'1.5", 6'2", 185. He had one of those taller corners too. And then Leotis, he already had the return ability. He had a good senior year at school. And then he ran a super fast 4.32, 4.39, 4.38 or something crazy. So once they ran them 4 threes, man, they make the bell start ringing. Look, 4.29. I think. Look, Paul say DRC 4.29. Look, crazy. You run 4.2s, man. You in there?
That's it. Okay. So now let me also ask you one more question. So we're gonna go through some names that Roger Goodell is gonna have to say during the draft, and I know he's probably in the lab right now getting these names down. I wonder, and I know you've gone through it, and I've gone through it too. What is the worst that you've heard your name butchered?
Probably
I know Michael Irvin has a hard time from time to time.
I hate when I hear the Aqib. Like, come on, man, it can't be Aqib. I could see if they say Aqib, because rib with the Q, I be Aqib, like, that's acceptable. But they say Aqib, like I get a lot of Aqib. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is that? But, and then my last name, look, it kind of stuck. When I first got to Dallas, the teacher called me Talib for like half of the school year, you know what I'm saying? And everybody from the neighborhood, they started calling me Talib. So she butchered it, but I like it.
Yeah, you gotta let it run. Did Roger get it right?
I think Roger got it straight. I can't really remember, but I think he got it straight. He said it pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah, I get it sometimes too. People call me they'll call me Sanford Harrison, or they'll call me Harrison Ford. I'm like, Harrison Ford already got Harrison Ford.
I remember the first 2 weeks. I remember our first 2 weeks. I couldn't stop saying Harrison Ford.
Yep. Yeah.
For real.
Oh, goodness. Yes, indeed. All right. So with that being said, let's have some fun with some defensive guys in this draft who are definitely going to make Roger Goodell get a little bit of practice. So we're going to start with the defensive lineman out of Washington. I think Paul has it here in our chat. Do you want to take a stab at our friend Levi?
That's an easy one. Levi Onwuzurike.
Onwuzurike, I believe it is what it is. I got the pronunciations in front of me, so it's Onwuzurike.
Onwuzurike. Oh, yeah.
Onwuzurike, sorry. Yeah. Levi Onwuzurike. Good luck to him. If he and you know how this goes, Aqib. Once he starts putting in work, everybody gonna know how to pronounce his name.
Everybody gonna know how to say it. That's what you got to do.
There you go. All right. There is a second and third round projected pick coming out of USC. First name Marlon. I'll let you take a stab at the last name.
Marlon Tupulotu.
Tuipulotu.
Tupulotu.
Yeah, that was a good stab. Tuipulotu. Tuipulotu. Yeah. Do your thing, young Trojan, please. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna stay in California now. We'll go to UCLA, a projected fourth round pick. Osa is the first name. I'll let you take a stab at the last.
Osa Odigizwa. Osa Odigizwa.
You almost had it. Odigizua.
Odigizua.
Yep, there we go. Okay, all right. So that wasn't bad. They're not totally butchered. All right, we'll go down to linebacker.
I'd have been close.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. And truthfully, honestly, when Roger Goodell says your name, you're probably not even paying attention to the actual name itself. You're just so lit.
You got to go back. You're going to have to go back and listen to how he said it. Like, you don't hear that the next day.
Exactly. All right, let's go to the linebacker out of Notre Dame, first round projected pick at least. Jeremiah
Owusa Koromoa.
Ooh, okay. Excuse me. Yeah, that's it. Jeremiah Owusa Koromoa. Yeah, there you go.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Owusa Koromoa.
There we go. All right.
Let's go.
This dude, projected late round pick, first name fire, Amen. Just gotta run with that. Good for him. Out of Oklahoma State. First name Amen. I'll let you take a stab at the last name.
Amen. Agbanjabimiga. Abanjabimiga.
That's
right.
Obangba Jamaica. Yeah, I think that's it. I think
I'm on it. Yeah, see?
There you go. All right. Two more, and then we'll actually talk about, we'll break down one player specifically on the defensive side of the ball. The edge rusher, projected first round pick, I think you might know this one. First round pick out of Georgia, Azeez
Ojulari.
There you go.
Azeez Ojulari.
Give me something that you like about his game.
Good size, man. Good long arms too. That's what I remember about him, man. He got them long arms and he using them too. He been in corners and he causing fumbles, man. He using them arms to make plays. So good at the line with them hands, good hands, and them long arms just making plays for sure.
Okay, and our last one, third round pick, a projected third round pick. You never know how it breaks down. Projected third round pick out of Vanderbilt. Deo is his first name. I'll let you take a stab at the last.
Deo Adeyingbo. Adeyingbo.
Odangbo.
Odangbo. Okay.
I guess
I can see Odangbo in that. You know what I'm saying?
You know, you don't know where, and nobody knows where the letters are silent or not. So I catch people off guard. But
look, I'm pronouncing all of them, Harris. Every letter I see, I'm pronouncing.
Oh goodness. Good. Yeah. But as I said, good luck to all those guys. And again, it's almost just like Giannis Antetokounmpo in the NBA. You put in that work, you better get
know how to say it.
Yeah, everybody gonna have to know how to pronounce it. They're gonna make sure. Okay, all right, cool. Before we go to your final mock draft, when Paul and I were looking over a couple of mock drafts ourselves, we were like, hold on, wait a second here. It's like quarterback here, defensive back here, wide receiver here, defensive lineman here and there maybe. But it really showed that there's an absence this year of pass rushers. Feels like almost every draft there's like one or two dudes that you're like, I'm going to take this guy over a quarterback because pass rushers are so important. When you looked at this field, is it evident to you that pass rushers, an elite pass rusher really isn't there? And what do you think is going through general managers' teams right now? Because, pass rushers are too important. And so to not have an elite one, it would seem in the draft would kind of just seem disappointing for a lot of front offices.
Yeah, I think it's just that year. I don't see one who just jump off the tape as like who we had last year, Chase Young. It ain't no Chase Young in this draft. I don't think it's nobody, no Von Millers. It ain't one of those top 10 picks. I don't think. But it's a lot of guys who could be good players, though. I don't know if they top 10 picks, but it's some first-round picks in there, man. Kwity Paye, like you said. So that's just how I go, man. It's so many quarterbacks. This the year of the quarterbacks. There's some cornerbacks. There's some other positions that's got a lot of depth in it. So the draft change every year, man. It's just this year it's not an edge rusher who's really like a top 15 pick in my opinion.
And the last thing I would assume you want to do if you're running a team is mess around and just overdraft. There has to be a balance, even if you need a pass rusher. Like there has to be a balance between not giving up your draft capital for a guy just because he's the best pass rusher doesn't mean he's worth that draft position, I would assume.
Exactly. I mean, some picks, once you start getting into them 20s and stuff like that, you draft what you need. I think in them top 15 picks, though, I think you just draft the player, man. I might already have a player at this position, but if this guy going to be one of those 10-year starters, the generational kind of guys in these top 15, 12, 15 picks, sometimes you just got to take the player, man. You can't pass on him just because you know what type of player he going to be. So,
with that, I do want to get in, with that. I do want to get to your mock draft, but I do want to identify one player who is projected to potentially be in the top 10, maybe the only defensive player in the top 10 outside of maybe one of the DBs, Micah Parsons, who I believe when we did our original mock draft, you had him going to the Denver Broncos. We'll save where you think where he might go for the next segment. But can you break down what you like from his game?
Man, first of all, his size, man. He plays like he's one of the hybrid 230-pound linebackers, but he's not. He's one of the big linebackers, 250-pound, one of the big linebackers out here, man. So he plays so fast sideline to sideline. And you can see it on his pro day, how you can see how it translates, man. What he did on the pro day, you can see how that translates to the tape. And then he could do everything. He could cover for you. He could play zone and come up and tackle for you. And he could rush off the edge. He could rush the passer and blitz for you, too. So he's the all-around linebacker. He probably going to be the DMVP because, he's war ready right now. So, I don't know. I just seen him. I see how they come out of college, man. I see how they look. If he can stay healthy, whoever get their hands on him, it don't matter if you a man team, a zone team, he one of those guys. It don't matter what you do. You just get him, and he going to make plays for you. Probably going to be the DMVP.
Ooh, I like that.
Rookie of the year. Not DMVP, rookie of the year. Defensive rookie of the year.